Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back into the Fake Spike Podcast with Tyler and Cole.
What's up, guys?
What you got going on, buddy?
Not a lot. Drinking some water. What about you? I'm about to learn a whole bunch of shit because I was not prepared for this podcast. Cole's about to knowledge me.
Because we don't do these podcasts every Wednesday or anything.
But I've been looking at the Blitz Alert fucking notifications every once in a while, but I have a job.
Motherfucker acts like I don't have a job.
Nah, I got other shit I'm doing. I'm in a basketball league. I got fucking classes. I'm busy.
Anyway. So Aaron Rodgers still hasn't been freaking traded yet. What do you think of that?
What's with that? I thought you wanted to go to the Jets.
He does apparently, but he's waiting on them to make the trade.
Waiting on them to make the first move. Classic mistake.
Yeah, like this is gonna get done, right?
I mean, he wants to go there. That's about all I got to say, honestly. He wants to go there. If they're willing to make the trade, they're gonna make the trade. Do they want him? They're waiting this long.
The Jets definitely want him.
Well, if they wanted him, they would have came and got him.
Not this past season, but the 2 seasons before that, Aaron Rodgers won MVP. His offensive coordinator at that time was Nathaniel Hackett, who was the head coach of the Broncos this past season. He got fired from there and is now the offensive coordinator over at the Jets.
Okay.
And the only logical reason for them to hire him would be, hey, we want Aaron Rodgers. So that would be my guess as to if they want him or not. I'm almost positive they do. Like, I can not see. Yeah. All right.
You can
my phone did something weird there.
Oh.
I don't think Rodgers is going to play for the Green Bay Packers ever again. So if they aren't willing to trade him to the Jets, I think he's just going to retire.
How long has he been in the league? Do we know?
He got drafted in 2005.
So a while, almost 20 years. I mean, he's around that age then.
And he's definitely an appropriate age to retire. But his first 3 seasons, he was a backup, so he didn't really play too much then.
Right.
So it's not like he's got a lot of miles on him. Well, he does because he's
still got fucking 12 years of starter.
He's still been the starter for a long freaking time. 15 years or something like that.
Shit like that.
Yeah, so
a long motherfucking time.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer if he retires right now, but I think he wants to continue to play for the Jets.
That's fair too.
Speaking of the Jets, they just booted Elijah Moore out the door, sent him over to Cleveland.
What'd they get in return?
It was Elijah Moore and a 3rd round pick for a 2nd round pick.
So they don't know what they got yet.
I'm gonna guess that 2nd round pick is probably gonna be the Packers. That's probably gonna be part of the trade deal.
To go for Mr. Rodgers.
Yeah. Elijah Moore is a pretty solid wide receiver. He didn't have the best numbers last year, but then again, he was playing with people like Joe Flacco and Zach Wilson and Mike White. Not exactly.
Joe Flacco, is he good?
Joe Flacco was pretty good.
Okay.
He was decent.
Well, because I remember hearing his name years and years and years ago. Maybe not years and years ago. Maybe a couple of years ago.
He's won a Super Bowl before, but he's a backup now. Veteran backup. Yeah. So Elijah Moore's rookie year in 2021, he played in 11 games, caught 43 passes, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. Not too bad for a rookie.
No.
Last year with crappy quarterbacks, he played 16 games, had 440 yards, 37 receptions, and 1 touchdown. I'm definitely blaming that on the quarterbacks. I think Elijah Moore is a little bit better than that. So it should be interesting to see him in Cleveland.
Who's the quarterback in Cleveland?
Deshaun Watson, Mr. Massage Therapist. Anyway, we'll move on from that.
Think they're going to match up good?
I think so. They still have Amari Cooper over there, so Elijah Moore is going to be the
Second
number two option in the receiving core there. If Deshaun Watson can get back to playing decent, because, like I said, we all know he was suspended for 11 games at the beginning of last season. He took the year before that off. So he's played half a season of football over the past 2 years.
Yeah, that's not really a lot.
No, and you get a little bit rusty after that. He definitely wasted some years in his prime there with taking the season off. And yeah, so we'll see if he can return to anything like he was before. I doubt he will. I'm not saying he can't be good, but I don't think he's going to be to the caliber of what he was before he missed he missed that year and a half.
I got you.
But the Browns getting another good wide receiver. Not a fan of it. Got to play them twice a year. Yeah.
Cole's a little protective.
They've had good wide receivers before, and they've had Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry at the same time before, and it was never really horrible.
See, no, I know those two motherfuckers are good because I've heard those names a couple times.
Well, I'd hope so. One of them plays for your team right now. Or he did. He might not be under contract anymore. Let's see.
Shout out Jarvis Landry one time.
There you go. Proud of you.
Well, I knew it wasn't fucking Odell.
Let's see.
Won a couple more games last season.
Maybe. The Eagles have lost another piece. Mr. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is going to Detroit. The Lions are building up their freaking defensive side pretty damn well. They got Aiden Hutchinson in the draft last year. They have, I think, the 6th and 18th pick this year. And they added Cam Sutton, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I think they could actually make a run at the freaking NFC North.
Oh.
What's that?
Do you think so?
Yeah, because the Bears have added a lot of pieces that are pretty solid, but I don't think they've quite put themselves in the position to win a lot of games yet. Granted, they got...
Well, you got to also see how the team flows together, you know what I mean?
Right. The Vikings are still pretty damn good. They still have Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins. They got rid of Adam Thielen, so I'm wondering who's going to be I'm wondering if they're going to draft somebody else or what's going to be the deal over there. I don't remember them signing anybody else. Do you? The Vikings?
Not that I remember. I can scroll through Blitz Alert real quick.
Let me know if they signed any wide receivers. The Packers are losing Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love, I don't think he's going to be that guy, especially not in his first season starting. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Lions could win that division. I mean, they might be 10-7 winning the division, but it's still winning the division.
Win's a win.
Correct.
I don't see anything as of this moment.
Okay. Speaking of wide receivers, The trade talks with DeAndre Hopkins are heating up. I don't know where he's going to go. I severely doubt it's going to be Minnesota. Um, Teams that could use a wide receiver right now. Baltimore. I think the Bears have got enough wide receivers. So it's not going to be Buffalo, not going to be Miami. I doubt it will be the Patriots. You have any thoughts on where he could go?
Honestly, I'm scrolling through, reading about him specifically. God damn it. I knew it was gonna happen too. Reading about him specifically, a lot of people, and I mean the hard part we're trying to read the comment section on this stuff is everybody wants him to go wherever the fuck they want him to go, like their teams.
Yeah, they want him to go to their team.
So people are saying Patriots, saw somebody say the fucking Eagles.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Cleveland was on the list.
I don't think Cleveland's going to do that, especially after they just got Elijah Moore. Not saying Elijah Moore is anything like D Hop, but they just added a wide receiver. Why would they add another one?
So trying to think. Do the Cowboys need anybody?
The Cowboys traded for Brandon Cooks, which he's getting older, but he's still a pretty solid wide receiver. He actually, with this trade, he tied the most traded player of all time.
I did see that 4 times. First time tied since 1980. Or tied with the guy from 1980, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. First time a player's been traded 4 times.
Bears? Houston?
Yeah, the Bears just got the hell will the Bears sign? They have Claypool, they got DJ Moore, that's who it was.
They got there too.
And they got Darnell Mooney too. So I don't see
Packers.
I don't think the Packers would trade away their quarterback and then trade for aging wide receiver. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. I'm trying to think of teams that
right. I know
could use the help. That's a tough one. Did you say anything about Houston?
Not yet. They like I said, they traded away Cooks to Dallas. That's going to be pretty good for him. Brandon Cooks as the number 2 option. Opposite.
No, I meant I suggested Houston for D Hop. Did you say anything about that?
Well, he came from Houston. I don't think he'd go back there.
Fair enough.
And they don't have a quarterback either. They did. Houston did sign Justin Schultz.
Did the Chiefs sign anybody in that position?
Chiefs, no, the Chiefs don't have anybody right now. That'd be interesting.
Well, if he went there, he'd be the number 1 for sure.
Absolutely, it would be him, Travis Kelce, and
that's not a bad look.
Whatever their wide receivers are.
That's not a bad squad. Him and Kelce. Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs roster.
Okay, this is the roster for the Chiefs.
Bitch.
Schultz. I don't know where I got Justin Schultz from. Yeah.
Pat Mahomes. Or no, Powell, Justin Ross, John Ross. I'm trying to think of who. Kadarius Toney.
He's an okay kid. He's not a star
wide receiver options. You know what I mean?
Right.
They really don't have a whole lot of wide receivers going on there at all. Like any good ones.
No, especially with them letting Juju walk.
Travis Kelce. Yeah, I'm reading through right now. Sky Moore. Have no idea who the fuck that guy is. Cornell Powell. Justin Ross. John Ross III. Amar Marset. Darius Tony. I've heard that name before. Marquez Valdez Scantling. Like I don't. Not that I'm the one to fucking go off of, but I also don't know a lot of these motherfuckers. So I tend to take that as a good sign that if somebody's missing somebody in the position, I can't fucking pick apart who they are. It's probably a good spot for them to go.
Let's see. They definitely wouldn't trade him to anybody else in their division. So I don't think the Rams would want him anyway. I don't think the Seahawks would want him anyway. Yeah, I'm clueless as to where he could go. Somebody said something about the Buffalo Bills, but I really doubt he would go and be the number 2 for Stephon Diggs.
Nah,
Number
Diggs
2
good.
Stephon Diggs.
Diggs is phenomenal.
Diggs is phenomenal. Hopkins might be even a little bit better than Diggs, but I like Diggs better.
Yeah, but you don't want them two jockeying for position.
No, that might be good for Josh Allen, but I don't know about anything else. Yeah, I don't know where he could possibly go to.
I like that Kansas City Chiefs if possible. I like that a lot actually.
Yeah, I don't know if they have enough.
Travis Kelce, he becomes the number 1 wide receiver.
Right. I'm gonna look up his cap hit because right now, in 2023, Hopkins will earn a base salary of $19.4 million while carrying a cap hit of $30 million and a dead cap value of $22 million. Holy
what does it
crap.
mean by cap hit? Just explain that to me real quick.
Cap hit means basically how much they're going to cost against the salary cap.
Right. So if he wants 19.4, how is it costing him 30 million? Where does the 11 million gap come from?
The other 11 million are based off of signing bonuses he's done. Signing bonuses is how the NFL moves salary cap around so they can make cap hits cheaper in different years. So instead of if I sign you to a 5-year deal worth 50 million, instead of each year being 10 million, I'm going to give you a $23 million signing bonus so I can push that cap and manipulate it.
Right. So you give me 23 and 10 in the first year. The 17 is what my salary is going to be for the remaining 4 years. So it hits cap differently. Did I get that the right way?
So
that kind of sucks for the players, though.
Not really.
I mean,
those salary caps,
$50 million.
Signing bonuses are guaranteed.
No, but I mean, like if somebody says you got a 50 million 5-year contract and they're going to hand you 33 million up front, you're getting 17 on the back end over the 4 years. Kind of getting shitty money near the end of the contract. Just for the example that you gave me.
I'm not a capologist, but I'm not 100% sure if that's how that works. I think it's that.
I like that.
What?
I like that word. I've never heard that before.
Capologist?
Yeah.
I listen to a Steelers podcast where the guy calls himself that all the time. He's very good with salary cap and knowing how all that stuff works, but yeah, so I think a lot of that is from remembering what he said when they do these, when there's guaranteed money or signing bonuses or whatever. I think the owner has to put that money in like an escrow account that the player gets later or something like that. It's complicated. It's a complicated process. But other than that, I think that's really all that's happened since last week. The Eagles corner did come back about 45 minutes after we ended the last podcast. So that was cool.
Did you talk about Dalton Schultz?
I did.
Okay, maybe I was talking about something else.
Yeah, you were looking up something. Dalton Schultz to Houston.
Yeah,
He was a pretty good tight end, probably the number 5 tight end in the league. At least fantasy production wise, I think he was like 5 or 6, something like that. He's a pretty solid tight end, and he's going to be a good option for Houston.
I'm looking. Raiders signed Austin Hooper.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Austin Hooper was good, really good, like 4 or 5 years ago at this point. His last season with Atlanta, he was really, really solid. But I don't think he's been great ever since. I feel like the Texans, that's what they're called. I feel like the Texans signed another wide receiver, but I can't think of who it was. You see anything on Blitz Alerts?
I did not. Give me 3 more seconds. Houston Tech. I just totally fucking blanked on the name of that team.
Houston Texans. So yeah, with DeAndre Hopkins carrying a cap hit of $30 million.
Denzel Perryman, linebacker.
I meant wide receiver wise.
I know, but I'm not seeing anything. That's the only thing I saw.
I don't got anything to say about Perryman.
Oh, hold up. That's a little linebacker again.
So with Hopkins carrying a cap hit of $30.7 million, he's either going to have to sign an extension.
Devin Singletary, but he's a running back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Devin Singletary. That is Devin Singletary to the Texans isn't a bad running back. So, although that does take away from, oh my god, what the fuck's his name?
You got me beat on that one. I'm doing the research on this.
Hang on. Now I gotta look up something.
Kickers. I made it pretty far down this fucking list. I'm on March 14th, and I haven't seen shit for these guys.
Yeah, Damian Pierce. That's what his name was.
Noah Brown. They signed Noah Brown about 7 days ago.
Oh, yeah, nothing too much to speak of. Yeah, I could have sworn there was somebody, but maybe I just seen like a potential signing or something that I thought was legit.
Yeah. We have 8 minutes left, buddy.
All right, good stuff. Because my phone's about to die anyway. Oh, didn't they sign Robert Woods?
I did not see that. I might have skipped over the logo when I was scrolling through the post, but I did not see that.
Yeah, they got Robert Woods now. All right, cool. Yeah, Robert Woods is pretty well. He had a bad year in Tennessee, but he used to be good, so maybe he'll be good again.
Maybe. You ready to call it?
Yep. Sign us out of here, bud.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. We're almost at 100 subscribers. If you guys are watching this on an audio platform, give us a 5-star review and drop us a follow. You can also get at us on Instagram, though we're not very active on there. It's linked down in the description below. And TikTok, where we're about to hit 100 followers. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys next one. Peace out.
Peace.